So this month, before I start Homeschool Favorites, I'm excited to share with you a really great giveaway. JORD watches reached out to me. They are the wooden watches, and they asked if I would be interested in hosting a giveaway for you guys. And they are going to be hosting a $180 giveaway. They've also given me a $25 discount code for you. So I had a really hard time picking a watch. They have so many that I was interested in, so many beautiful women's watches, so many gorgeous men's watches, and I decided that since tomorrow is John's birthday that I would choose a men's watch. I chose this watch for him. It is the zebra wood and sandalwood watch, and I just think it's absolutely stunning. All of the watches are incredible. I had a really hard time choosing which one. I think this one's cool because it has, you can see the gears inside, and also it's the thicker band, which is really nice. But if any of you struggle to find a gift for your husbands or your moms, I mean, there are so many beautiful watches on this website. There are some really stunning women's watches. The face plates are just beautiful. I think that the wood is a really neat concept, but also they have some dyed wood, so some of it is like purple, some of it is pink. It's not all just wood tone. And there are so many different wood tones you can choose, or wood grains. I don't know the lingo, but regardless, I'm going to show you guys a close-up of this watch that I chose for John, and then I'm going to stick it away because his birthday is tomorrow and I'm excited to give it to him. If you are interested in entering this giveaway, the link for that is below. And if you would like the $25 discount code, that is also listed below. So thank you so much, JORD, for hosting this giveaway for all of my viewers, and I'm excited to see who wins. The giveaway ends November 5th, and that $25 discount code expires on December 31st. So make sure you hop on that while you're here so you don't run out of time. Okay, moving on into this month's Homeschool Favorites. So last month, I did not host a Homeschool Favorites. I don't believe I did. We had a crazy September. It started with a hurricane and it ended with a complete and total demolition and reconstruction of our, started as just our kitchen, but it ended up kind of extending into the homeschool room. We ended up doing tile. We weren't planning on it, so that meant that my homeschool room was destroyed. It was quite the month for us, so I didn't have much time to get on here and hang out with y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of combine what I would have used for September with what I had planned for October. So, first things first, we live in Florida, so carving pumpkins is kind of off the table for us until like the day before Halloween because they will rot pretty quickly. But this is a project that we did a few years ago, and it's actually one that I did as a child as well. And this is so simple. So this is just like air conditioning duct that you can find. I found it at Walmart in like the light bulb aisle. Acrylic paint, and then I cut a leaf out of felt and a stem out of brown construction paper. So basically all you do, and now this fell apart in the heat in the attic, but you just hot glue this duct together, let the kids paint it, and then hot glue the stem and the leaf, and it's awesome. They'll love it for years to come. I look forward to pulling this out every single year and putting it on my living room console. And my mom still has the one I made when I was a child, but I just thought this was a really neat keepsake kind of craft. I know when you're homeschooling, you don't have a lot of opportunity to get those classroom crafts sent home, those seasonal crafts and gifts sent home. So I thought this was a really sweet idea. If you're hosting a fall party or a harvest party or anything like that, this is a great and cost-efficient craft. Next, and I show this every October in my homeschooling favorites, which may have just been one October. I don't know how long I've been doing these, but the night before Halloween and all of the night before, the different night before books, the night before Thanksgiving, the night before Christmas. I love these books, so I wanted to get this to you and remind you about this a few weeks ahead. I buy these on Amazon, and this is just a super cute story about the night before Halloween, and my kids love reading it the night before Halloween. They love getting in their jammies, and I don't put this out with the rest of our fall themed books. I save it, and they only read it once each year. So while we're on the book topic, we just did a unit study on the bee tree, which I loved, and I will link this below, as well as a recipe for baking powder biscuits like they mentioned in the book. My kids and I read this every day that week, and nearly every day we ate baking powder biscuits and honey while we read it, and they loved it. I loved it. I love when certain books and unit studies become a new family tradition, and that's exactly what happened with this. My kids were so interested in this book that we ended up, when we drove through Savannah a few weeks ago, we ended up stopping at the Savannah Bee Company, and we did a tour, which that's another favorite. I'll go ahead and say that was an amazing tour, an amazing experience, and I think we all have a new love and respect for honeybees. Actually, when we left, I was like, John, can we be beekeepers? And he was like, ask me in a month and we'll see if you're still interested. For that unit study, we did these beeswax candles. I bought this beeswax candle kit on Amazon, and it actually came with a lot more. It made a lot more than I was expecting it to. So for example, this is just made out of half of a sheet. And then my kids cut pieces of another sheet to decorate it. And they were so easy for them. No glue, no crafts, no mess. All you need to do is take the sheet of beeswax out and cut it, and then let them roll it up and use the warmth of their hands to kind of squeeze it together if they want to decorate it. But this was a really fun craft, and again, just like with the pumpkin, this is a great gift if you want to make, if your kids are interested in making any sort of homemade gifts, homemade crafts. These are super cute and very simple, and a lot comes in this one package. With all of the rain we had from Hurricane Irma and the winds and the no power and the being stuck inside, came a lot of family game days and some puzzle days, because after Irma passed, as you know, we had all sorts of storms brewing out here in the Atlantic, and so we have gotten so much rain over the last month that our yard, which is nowhere near a flood zone and has never flooded before, has been like a swamp. I mean, if you step outside of our pool deck, your foot will sink like an inch. It's so crazy. I've never seen this much rain in all the years I've lived in Florida. So this game is so much fun. It's called Tall Tales, and there's no way to win, so that's a bonus for many of us with kids in different age categories. There's no way to win. It's really just all about family fun, and basically the way that we play it is you pick a setting card, any of these different environments. So there's like, looks like a marsh at night, there's a pond, there's a classroom, all sorts of different, there's underwater, all sorts of different environments and settings. And then in this bag, there's a bunch of little story pieces. So as you can see, I just pulled out a loaf of bread, a ship, it looks like a swamp monster, a man, and a baseball. And there's all sorts of different funny little pieces in here, a pair of boots, a house, and basically the way that we play, and there's a lot of different ways listed in the instructions, the ways that you can play, is we go around and we each have to use our pieces to tell the story in the environment, and you keep a continuous story going. And it's really fun. It's great for some creative thinking during our mornings in school, but it's also just hilarious to play as a family when John's home at night. Any sort of game that gets your brain thinking, we are big fans of, and so we are huge fans of this game right now. And along with that, we have been doing a lot of puzzles as we wait for the weather to cooperate with us. And so that means that we've missed a few nature studies. So I found this puzzle, Birds of a Feather, and I just think that any sort of puzzles that are based off of real pictures of nature are fun, because your kids spend so much time looking at the details as they're looking for the pieces of the puzzle, but they pick up on a lot more detail than, say, if it was just, you know, one picture they were looking at. So I wanted to share this because my daughter is a big fan of birds, and so she loves this puzzle. And along with that, my mom got her this puzzle roll-up because we don't really have a surface that either my 3-year-old or my baby can't reach. So this has been great for her to keep on her floor and roll her puzzle up. So I wanted to share both. So I know I mentioned at the beginning of this school year that I would be participating in Monday, the fun nature studies, poetry tea times, and art that my kids are doing. And instead of leading them and directing them, I'd be participating in them with them. So that has encouraged me this school year to do a whole lot more participating than directing, and it's been really nice. It's been very relaxing, and I think this school year what we've been able to do in the middle of the chaos has been so much more enjoyable for me and for the kids. So when they get little 10-minute breaks here and there to build Legos or do a coloring page, instead of staying busy and doing dishes at that time, I've been participating in that with them. And in the afternoons when they do their silent reading, I do silent reading as well, and I think that's huge because I'm not reading a book on parenting. I'm not reading a homeschooling book. I'm not reading any self-help books or any, books on marriage or being a better person. I'm reading books that have nothing to do with me being a better me. It's just fiction and it's just fun, and I haven't done that. I literally haven't done that since before I had kids. I don't know why. But it's cool because the kids are seeing me enjoy reading, which in turn is continuing to inspire them and their reading and their love of reading. But besides that, John got me this Mom Life coloring book. It's hilarious, and so in the mornings when they've been coloring, I've been doing some of these, and they are so funny. So there's just an example of what's in the pages here. One of them is like, they're funny. I don't let my kids look through it because some of them are not really for kids to read, I guess. But they're hilarious. Only moms can understand a coloring page about laundry being a struggle or about needing coffee or wine. Anyway, so I wanted to share that with you. And then last but not least, one of our big favorites this month is, I don't know if you've ever seen those Lego calendars, but I couldn't find one for this year. I could only find them for last year. So what I did is I put a bunch of different, I don't know why, I always use popsicle sticks in a jar, and they have different Lego building challenges throughout fall, and they also have different story starters. So every morning, instead of doing a maze through the month of October, my kids have been pulling out a popsicle stick, and it either has a different challenge for Legos or a different story starter for writing, so my kids can tell me or they can write it in a journal. So for example, I have some of them written down in my phone here. For example, the different story starters for this month would be the mad scientist was creating a new monster that could, and then they can continue it from there. Or you plant a pumpkin seed and all of your pumpkins turn out triangle. So things like that. And then the Lego building challenges are like build a scarecrow, build a pumpkin patch, build a jar full of candy, just different things that kind of make them excited about Halloween. Or in November we'll do pilgrims, we'll do Native Americans, we'll do a harvest feast, things like that. So I wanted to tell you about that because that's a fun way to kind of tie learning and starting off the school day, getting their brains going in a fun way that makes them excited about things that are to come. So if you have a homeschool favorites video, go ahead and share it in the comments below. I will add it to the playlist. And don't forget to check out that giveaway for the watch. See you later.